Thank you for joining me on this journey at This Pick the Wrong Chick. I'm Sonia Mixon. I'm a pastor, I'm a mentor, I'm an overseer, I'm a lot of things, but mostly I am someone who is undergoing treatment right now for stage 3 invasive carcinoma, and I am surviving. And I'm here to tell you that you can survive too. So before we get into our day and this video, I want you to please hit the subscribe button down here and get your family, your friends, your frenemies, everybody you know, please get them to subscribe to my channel. It is my goal to raise as much money as I can to help support cancer research and to help support financially people who do not have the means or the insurance coverage to go through the treatments for cancer therapy. So please help me on my journey. Now, as I promised you, I am here to update you on my last chemo infusion. I had my 4th chemo infusion 8 days ago, and I was not able to post last Friday. It was just too challenging for me, but I want to share with you how that day went. Here we go. All right, hello everybody. We are going into 4th session chemo right now into the Florida Cancer Specialist Treatment Center here. And you will see how today goes with us. So I met my weight requirement, but I wore really big boots today too, just in case. But I did meet the requirement. That's
important. That's important. She has
Dixon.
to have all her chemo today.
I want all my chemo. So we're gonna have that today. So stay tuned and I'll be right back with you.
Here's your lab work.
All right. Okay, this is a day at chemo and what we do. Because we'll be here for a while. So I'll check back in on y'all in a couple of hours. Well, once we start the first medication, I'll be back in with you all. I'll be right back. Okay, this is the steroid, the Benadryl, and the what is that, nausea medication, right?
Yep.
We're getting ready to start my pre-medications before my medications. Okay, so another problem I have is continual urination. I have to get up and go to the bathroom over and over again. And then that means I have to take this with me when I go. So you can't come in here with me. Back to the bathroom we go again. My legs hurt pretty bad today, so this walking to the bathroom is actually helping me out today. Well, technically, my whole body hurts, so it's a little rough with the pain that's going on, the consistent pain that's going on in my body. But gotta keep it moving though. You can't stop moving. You gotta keep on moving your body. Press through the pain. I am on the last treatment, which is the carboplatin. Tired and stomach is a little crampy, but I got about another hour with this and I will be finished. I used the bathroom quite a bit today, so I'm actually getting ready to get up and go one more time. But I'll be finished here shortly.
Look at that. You see it? Yeah.
Hold on.
She's doing very good.
pays to have a great support system with you. Trust me when I tell you, you definitely need to have a support system.
Okay, cleaning the area to put the new Lasta on.
This is just skin prep,
Okay.
just to keep the sticky from being too sticky. That way it doesn't bother your skin when you take it off.
Okay. I think they did that the very first time.
Yeah.
It was a little too sticky.
Yeah. Which is good. But
Right,
when
you
you're
get-
trying to take it off,
Yeah,
it takes your
not so
skin with
great.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
We like to prevent that. You last the time.
Yes, new Lasta time.
I'm just making sure it's dry.
Now splashing.
Put some steri strips on there too.
Okay.
Make sure it stays in place.
This little, what is it? What is this called? Patch?
It's
or?
called an on-body injector. So it is a growth factor, and it
Okay.
helps to stimulate your bone marrow to produce the white blood cells.
Right.
You know, because they work with your immune system
Yeah.
to help fight off infection. So this just helps the bone marrow produce more, just so your numbers don't get too low.
Okay.
Stop it.
And this little patch here is $10,000 each time. Very expensive. We got to raise awareness and money for people who can't afford to get this kind of thing done. So it's gonna snap in my skin momentarily, and I'll hear a sound and then it'll just snap. So it can inject the medication that stays on for 27 hours.
There goes that snap. Ow. Ow. All right, we are finished with treatment number 4. Got that finished and down, headed home to rest. It takes a lot out of you, so I'm tired, exhausted, and just gonna get my rest in and prepare for whatever comes this week, prayerfully. It won't be as challenging, but I will keep you updated, whatever it is, and let you know the good, the bad, and the ugly. Well, that was that day of chemo infusion. And as promised a couple of videos ago, I want to show you all what I have in my chemotherapy bag. Now, everybody does not have a chemotherapy bag. Some of us do because we're there for 5.5 hours. And when you're there for 5.5 hours, you have to bring some things with you to get through the day. So this right here is my chemotherapy bag. What I choose to use as my chemotherapy bag. You can use whatever bag you want. Just make sure that it's a larger bag that you can put all of your things in. And when you go to chemotherapy, you have everything in one place that you can reach very easily, very quickly, because you're in a room with a lot of other people who are there for many different treatments. Not everybody is there for cancer treatments. People are there for all different type of treatments, infusion treatments. Some of them have already survived and are getting further treatments for different things, or you have people with different types of cancer and they're there for different time periods. But someone like me there for 5.5 hours, this is the things that I bring to my chemotherapy treatment. Now, all important, the blanket. It's going to be cold in there. So this was a wonderful blanket made by one of my babies and his girlfriend, and it is absolutely beautiful. I love it. It's soft. You want to make sure that it's something that's soft to the skin as well, because we have very dry skin and itchy skin, and that helps. So I carry a couple of blankets with me when I go, because your support system is there with you. And usually they need a blanket too, because it's cold in there. Now, what's in my bag of goodies? Well, first thing, my medical records. I always bring my medical records along with me so my family has them on hand in case they need to know something before my treatment commences. So I always have my medical records with me. Also, I have in here different medications that I need just in case while I'm there as well. Now, I already have what's called Verubi and Aloxi. I take Verubi 2 pills an hour before I start my chemo treatment therapy, and then my pre-treatment, which is a series of medications, a steroid, Benadryl, and Aloxi. Aloxi is another nausea medication. So they give me that because previously people would get tremendously nauseous during chemotherapy treatments, and some still do. So just in case those do not work and I still get queasy or get nauseous, I have what's called queasy drops. Queasy drops, they're all natural, drug-free, doctor recommended. You don't need a prescription for these. You can get these on Amazon.com very easily, but they taste good. They have different flavors like sour raspberry, green tea and lemon, ginger, cola, and you know, it does help to have something to keep in your mouth while you are going through those treatments. Now, I have not experienced vomiting at all at my chemotherapy treatments, but that does not mean I do not come prepared. I still come prepared. So this right here is a handy cup, just in case I can't make it to the bathrooms that they have there. Now, I told you it's cold in there, so also because it's cold, I also have these. These are my socks with leggies on them. These are necessary because you don't want to keep I don't like keeping my shoes on because my feet are sore and they ache, so it's uncomfortable for me. So I have these, and you also will have seen my sister, my beautiful younger sister, Katrina, who was putting these on my feet for me while we were at chemotherapy. Now, you're also there for a very, very, very long time. So since you're there for a long time, a couple of things I suggest. I bring my iPad with me, as well as my computer. I bring that along with me as well. And I also bring a journal to write in my thoughts and whatever ideas and things that come to my mind while I am there. One of the other things that I keep in here, your mouth can get really, really dry while you're in there from the medication. So I keep a little bottle here. In this is biotin mouthwash. That helps keep my mouth moisturized and lubricated. So I keep that on hand as well while I'm there. So that's what's in my chemo bag. Now, I said I would share with you also what the days after chemotherapy was like. And this week was not my best week. Now, I was pondering and debating whether or not I would show you the real challenges that I've had this week. And I'm going to show you a small bit of it just so you get an idea. Probably won't show the whole thing because it's just hard to watch. It's hard to look at. It's hard for me to relive. But just to give you an idea of what someone might be going through so that you can have some compassion and some kindness and help them a little bit. So here we go.
Hi, everybody. Well, I'm here to give you an update on the day after chemo. I had my 4th chemo infusion on yesterday, and I promised you guys I'd give you an update. The truth is, I don't feel good at all. I am cramping and very nauseous, and I just don't feel good. My bones and my joints ache terribly, and now my mouth is drying back out again. So my mouth is starting to feel like somebody took a scrub brush and just scrubbed the whole thing. Or, you know what is a better analogy? You know how you burn your tongue on hot coffee or hot tea? That's what my whole mouth feels like. My tongue is starting to hurt, and it feels like it's all starting to just shrivel. So I have to be really careful with talking right now, and I'm using my biotin so I can keep my mouth moisturized, because otherwise I will get sores in my mouth. I'm already starting to feel like right around right in here, sores. You got to be really careful with your teeth. So I've had braces twice. So I have to make sure I wear my retainer at night because your teeth shift. So I just want to give you all an update. I have video for you all to watch of me going to chemo and, the session and everything, but just don't feel well today. It gets better. I'll get better, fighting one day at a time. And before you know it, I will be ringing the bell. Had good checkups with the doctors. So we are taking it one step at a time and kicking cancer's butt, getting rid of it. Because this picked the wrong chick. So it's a bad day. But tomorrow's another day. And I'll get better. My eyes are watery too, so I get very watery eyes because I have very dry eye, which is really weird that when you have dry eyes that they get watery, and it's like I'm crying and I'm not. But I just wanted to give you guys an update. And
Today is February 2nd, 2020, and I'm miserable today. I really feel like death. I'm sad. My legs hurt. I can barely walk. And it just hurts. Oh man, my legs. Oh, Jesus.
Okay, so now I want to give you a few tips to help you through this process or help a loved one who is going through this process. Now, all chemotherapy is different depending on your diagnosis and your pathology. So please check with your doctor to make sure that these are things that can be helpful or that you can use. I will say that I've had many suggestions from many people and so grateful. Thank you so very much. Not everything has worked for me, but it might work for you. So one of the things that happens during chemotherapy treatment is very, very dry mouth. And of course, your whole body gets very, very dry and scaly and itchy. It can be itchy, not necessarily for everyone, but I make sure that I moisturize. And I had to make my own moisturized treatment. So I will be offering that as well, and the recipe for that on my website very soon, what I put together for myself to help moisturize my body. Because I am estrogen positive, I cannot have soy products. So there's soy in everything, and including your skincare products, many of them. So please take a look at the bottles to make sure what you're putting in your body or putting on your body. But moisturize. You have got to be vigilant in moisturizing your body. You can't see it right now, but I will post a picture here so that you can see my nail beds are pretty much blackened from the treatment. The color will come back after treatment is finished, but you want to treat your nails and you want to treat your skin. Also, the inside of your mouth. You get very, very dry mouth. And because of that very, very dry mouth, keep a bottle of biotin mouthwash. It's a moisturizing mouthwash. That is a lifesaver. I'm telling you, that has helped me tremendously. It may or may not work for you, but I can tell you it really, really worked for me because it helps keep my mouth moisturized and not feeling as dry, so I don't get as many sores. As a matter of fact, this past treatment, I didn't get any sores in my mouth at all. I made sure I use that biotin about 20 times in a day, swish in my mouth. Also, be very careful of your teeth. They might not tell you this, but your teeth do get affected. Now, I've had braces twice in my life, and I'm not planning on paying for any more, nor do I want any of my teeth to fall out. So if you have retainers, I have a permanent retainer at the bottom of my teeth, but I also have another set of retainers, and I wear my retainers religiously every single night. I gargle with my mouthwash. I brush my teeth several times in a day, because you're not going to be able to go to the dentist while you're going through treatment. You're not allowed to go to the dentist and get any kind of cleaning. They don't want to risk you getting infection of any kind. So getting a cleaning is out of the question. So you have to take care of your teeth and your gums. Be careful of bleeding gums. So please do the work now, so that after treatment, you're going to be okay and won't have other issues to have to deal with. So biotin helps a lot. Now, this is one that did not help me, but it might help you. Ginger. I have ginger drops, and a lot of people say that that helps because ginger has a very strong taste, so you lose your taste buds, and food is the last thing I want to hear anything about, be honest with you. But it's imperative that you eat, and I'm going to talk about that in just a second. But ginger does help many people, and many people have said ginger has helped them. I'm gonna pass it along to you. Try the ginger, see if that helps at all with your taste buds, because your mouth starts to taste like chalkboard, cardboard. It tastes bitter, and it just tastes nasty. That's the only way I can put it. Yeah. So another thing that you can also try are what is called miracle berries. Miracle berries comes from a tree that grows in West Africa. And you can look this up on the internet. You can find plenty of information about this out there. Miracle berries, you take one berry and you put it in your mouth and you spit out the outer shell, the skin, and you suck on the seed. Do not eat or swallow the seed. You just want to suck on the meat that's on the seed, and it will coat your tongue with an enzyme. So the dynamics of your taste buds are changed within this. Now, what that does is it makes everything taste sweet. It is a miracle. It really is a miracle berry. The only problem is it's very expensive. It costs a lot of money to get these berries. And I think it's just a shame that people who are going through this kind of challenge, it also helps people who are diabetics as well. For you to have to spend so much money to get a hold of these berries is a shame. That's why I bought a tree. That's right, I bought a tree. Now, it takes a while for you to get a tree and for you to cultivate the tree for it to grow berries, but my goal is to take many of those berries back to the Cancer Treatment Center and give them away for free to those who are challenged with eating. Because the one thing they do not want you to do is lose weight. So let's talk about eating. Okay, I gotta sit up for this because eating is hard. And I have lost 11 pounds since my chemo treatment that I have to get back on, because you wind up with diarrhea, you wind up with constipation, nausea, and the dryness in the mouth and the soreness in the mouth and the lack of taste buds makes it almost impossible for someone to eat. And thank God you have a support system. If you don't have one, I'm praying for you that you would get the right people to surround you going through this process, because you do need that one person that will say, look, you need to eat. I know that you don't want to. I know that it's hard. I know that it's challenging, but you have to live, and you have that great support system. And that leads me into the next thing that you need to have: a great support system. I am grateful to have my family and friends that surround me and help me get through this process. I will say, please be kind and have compassion. There's no way that you can understand the pain that they're in and the pain that they're going through, but if you are kind and compassionate, they can and they will get through it. And you also need to be, a drill sergeant every now and then to make sure that they do what they're supposed to do, because it can be very challenging to do so. I'm grateful for my church, the Shabbat Church. It's a shout out to Shabbat, who has been so loving and so kind and just incredible through this whole process. One other thing that you want to have as I move it along, so this is not such a very, very long video, is a soundtrack. Music is good for the soul. So I have songs, and I'm gonna be updating my playlist on my website very shortly. I want to give a shout out to my sweetheart Tasha Page House. She's just been amazing through this whole process to me, checking on me, sending me music. I can't wait for her new project to drop February 26th. It's going to blow your mind. I promise you, I think she's just ministering directly and only to me. But nevertheless, I'm just so excited for her project, but grateful for her support and so many others. My bishop, Dr. Todd Hall, who makes sure that the church is still moving and running, but has also decreed that they keep singing. It's a song by Kurt Carr, Bless This House, Bless This House. And that ministers to me incredibly, along with several others that I have on my playlist. So you can check out my playlist on my website at soniamixon.com. And what else do I want to share with you today? Just want to share with you, lastly, make sure that you stay in your word. Make sure that you are praying daily and that you meditate and that you keep your relationship strong with God, that you are making sure that you find scriptures that can speak to your situation and your condition, and scriptures that speak to your mind. Repeat them back to yourself on a consistent basis. If you can't get to church, and I do everything I can to get to church, at least on Sundays, and it's challenging, but I make sure that I get to church on Sunday mornings, and I can't stay for the whole service, but as I can, I do, because just being in the presence of that worship and hearing the word of God is life to me. So I want to speak life to you, that you are more than a conqueror through Christ Jesus, that you can do all things through Christ Jesus, and that even on your worst day, you are still stronger than the enemy. Now that ain't in the Bible, but that's from me to you. So as I get ready to close, thank you for following me on this journey. I'm going to ask you again, please join me in this Pick the Wrong Chick purchase and post campaign. Go to soniamixon.com and purchase a t-shirt. Put that t-shirt on, take a picture of yourself and post it, tag me in it. You can email me. My email address is right there at soniamixon.com, and send me the picture so I can post it as well. I would love to just see you in those shirts and get your love. How amazing that would be. So again, thank you for joining me. Subscribe and join me next Friday when I update you on this journey at This Picked the Wrong Chick.